Hey, what's happening, fam? It's your boy, Fanny, and today I figured that we could spend some time to get to know me a little bit more, like who I am and what I'm doing. And so let's just go straight into your questions. Start out with a question from Human Earl. This is a good friend of mine. He asks, what is Lebanese culture like? For those of you who have never met me in person, my name is Nathaniel AbuHamad. My family is from Lebanon. It's an Arabic name. What is Lebanese culture like? Well, I can tell you that the Lebanese culture is an old culture. It stems, all the way back from biblical days. If I were to summarize Lebanese culture into a few succinct statements, I would say that we are definitely really family-oriented. That's a huge part of what we care about from the moment we are born to the moment we die. We are a very proud culture. We're very proud in our heritage. The things that I really enjoy about my culture, being Lebanese, is the food. I mean, you can't beat it, man. I mean, I guess everybody is partial to their own culture's food, but man, I swear, if you have ever had a chance to have Lebanese food, you know what I'm talking about. And definitely the music. I'm a big fan of traditional music from Lebanon, and even the modern music. There's a lot of cool music movements going on in Beirut right now. Thank you so much, Earl, for your question. kornblazer asks, when did you start making music? I've been performing music, I've been practicing music since I was young. You can watch this video that I've linked up in the eye above if you want to see my full history and story. But when I really started to make music, as in like compose and produce music, was probably, I would say, the beginning of college, just about 4 or 5 years ago. I started writing music for more classical ensembles, choirs, and things like that. And then over time, I made my way to a more electronic medium and jazz and things like that. So I think the year of that was like 2013, 2014. kornblazer, thank you for your question, man. Jack Martin asks, what instruments do I play and what is my favorite? I play piano and other keyboard instruments. Of course, I'm a singer, and a lot of people don't know, but I actually learned and I play clarinet, as well as guitar, bass, and a little bit of harmonica just for fun sometimes. I think my favorite would either be synthesizers. I love patching in synthesizers and creating all sorts of like unique instruments that are really irreplicable, and also bass. I think I would also say that I'm pretty fond of bass, just because you can really groove and be funky with a bass. So thank you so much, Jack, for your question. Endless Mode asks, what is a genre of music that you really want to explore? Luckily for me, I've really had an opportunity to explore a lot of genres, and I love exploring genres. That's a huge part of who I am as a musician, is to like really fuse things and go all sorts of different places. I've made a jazz album, I've made hip-hop, pop, electronic, a billion different EDMs, dance music, acoustic singer-songwriter, folk. I mean, I really love it all. I'm a big fan of pretty much everything. But there are, I would say that, at least 2 areas that I really want to explore. I really want to dig into Indian music, and also rock. I mean, I grew up on rock, and all sorts of different kinds of rock. I'm a big fan of J-rock, and I've never really had the opportunity to kind of make rock music and perform rock music. So that's one area that I actually really want to get into it at some point, hopefully. Endless, thank you so much for your question. Appreciate it. Annie AbuHamad, my sister, actually my younger sister, asks, where would you want to visit the most in the world? Man, I'd really love to go back to France. I've only been to France once when I was younger, and since then I actually have learned the French language, and I would really love to go back and meet the people and get a chance to speak with natives and spend some time, a little more time, kind of exploring the country myself. I have never been anywhere in South America except for I've never been anywhere in South America, and I'd love to visit South America. So I don't know where specifically, but somewhere. We got to get somewhere, So thank you, Annie, so much for your question. Tetra asks, if you were to travel to a country and stay there to learn their language and culture, where would you go? Free travel and food. Well, the free travel and food, man, that makes it a whole lot different. For sure, there are 2 places that I've always been really interested in going to, really interested, enamored with. Punjab, India, and in Japan. You guys can probably guess why I'm interested in Japan. But in India, I mean, I'd love to learn Punjabi and to eat some Indian food. Also specifically, I've really enjoyed studying further to understand the culture and history behind specifically northern Punjab, where one of their primary belief systems, Sikhism, and also I really adore Hindustani classical music and Bhangra. Yeah, man, that's a place that I'd really love to go and spend some time in if I ever got the chance. So, Tetra, thank you so much for your question. And that marks the end. So thank you everybody so much for sending in your questions. If you guys ever have any more questions about me, you want to learn anything from something as simple as to what's my favorite color to something, you know, more complex and deep as to, you know, what do you believe in life, where are you going, you know, what do you want to do, all that stuff. I'm an open book. I'd love to talk about all of it. So yeah, if you ever have a question, you can comment in a video below. Just let me know that you want to have me answer that question in an AMA or something. I'll always write it down, and then whenever we do this again, I don't know when, it really depends on how many questions get asked, but yeah, we'll do this again soon. As always, subscribe if you're not already, support me on Patreon if you feel so inclined, or check out some of my other videos below, and go ahead and click the bell if you want to see when my videos get posted so you don't miss them. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more crazy music and awesome stuff.